Hey, over here! It's great to see you again. Outside of the publishing house, I don't think our paths have crossed. I'm glad you are willing to take the trip all the way to Watatsumi. It isn't very often that there's little to do around here. But with the war against the shogunate being over and our troops reassimilating to normal life, sometimes I get the chance to relax. So, what do you think of the island? Isn't it beautiful? I picked this spot because you could almost see all of Watatsumi from here. I hope it wasn't too hard to find, though. You like the colors? From what I can tell, I do too. It's pretty blue almost everywhere, and the water is crystal clear. I don't think any other island in Inazuma is quite like it. Oh, speaking of islands in Inazuma, have you been to them all? What are the ones you've been to like? I hear places like Surumi Island is hard to navigate, so we have steered clear of them in our recent times. With the war being fresh in our minds, no one needs more complicated losses. You've actually been? That's an important development. Not everyone gets out of that place alive. I've heard many stories about adventurers getting lost and wandering in the fog for years. Apparently, Surumi Island is connected somehow, but I haven't figured out exactly how just yet. Huh? Is it weird that I'm interested in these things? It's no child's tale. Information on surrounding geographical locations is very important to the Resistance. What if something breaks out again, and they decide to take it somewhere outside of our ranks? Then they could easily trap us. It is all perfectly within the realm of reason, and it is described in Book 3, Section 7 of Her Excellency's Battle Plans. Do I memorize every chapter? Well, I try to, but even my memory isn't that good. But I keep mental notes on every single detail that I can find personally important. What-ifs like these are just as important as cold, hard facts in the present time. Predictions like these kinds of things helped us win the war after all. It'd be unwise of me to forget them. Life outside of the Resistance? I try not to think about it, if I'm honest. Considering what we had to go through to get here, the idea of life outside the Resistance doesn't come up very often. Since you asked, though, I think our meeting here counts. As my time frees up slowly, I've been trying to use it to do things that I enjoy. There's no telling when I'll be called back for work, and I've learned all too well that life is short and unpredictable. So I take a small portion of the time I have and use it for myself. Of course, I still patrol Watatsumi and follow any instructions Her Excellency has for me. But even she recommends I take my time to recharge. Do you have a busy life too? Would you like to tell me about it? I thought learning about your experiences while we spoke in the city was an enlightening experience. No? All right. What would you rather talk about then? Oh, I hope I haven't been boring you with all this conversation about work. My job just means a lot to me. You'd rather learn why it's so important to me? The best way I can explain it is, I feel an immediate need to protect the people of Watatsumi Island. Is that not what you mean? What do you mean exactly? Oh, I get it now. You want to know me outside of work so that you can understand what makes the work I do so important. Of course, it is important to learn the habits of your sorry. Well, if it's you that you asked, I feel obligated to answer. So where do we start? Huh? The ears? That has nothing to do with my job. But I guess the question is to be expected. The best way I can explain it would only work if you already have some basic background or references. I'm not a dog, but it would also be hard to say I'm human. You could argue that I'm a human with dog-like features, but then some of my skills wouldn't make sense. It's sort of like... Oh, have you ever met someone who was a member of the Catsline bloodline? Yes? Good! I think that means I'm making a little bit of sense to you then. Those descended from the cat's line bloodline aren't cats, but they have too many cat-like qualities for them to be considered fully human. It's actually what gives them an advantage of hunting and fishing. Does it help me with my line of work? Well, I think so. The troops always tell me I have a dog-like personality, and they seem happy about it. I can almost see where they're coming from. I am loyal, and I do like long walks, but all of that is totally normal. I guess what they're talking about are probably my battle advantages, though. I can smell danger in the air, which gives us a pretty decent resistance to an ambush, and I'm decently agile in combat, which has saved me from a lot of close calls. I could always consider it a blessing. Can I speak, dog? If you're asking if I can communicate with them, the answer is yes, but so can any other person. I can understand the gist of their barks, though, which I guess not everyone can do. I've overheard quite a few things on the street of Inazuma that I'd rather not know. What else would you like to know? More about the ears and tails specifically. There isn't much I could really tell you. They've been a giveaway of my emotions, which is never good for business. My ears are also very sensitive to loud noises. I'm indifferent about Inazuma's fireworks. My tail, on the other hand, doesn't do much but get in the way. It helps me with my balance, which makes aiming my shots easier. But other than that, it just spends time getting dirty. My fur is always caught in things, and sleeping outside in bad weather was always a pain. I also really don't like rain or snow because they weigh down, and it makes it hard for me to move. Then they both take forever to wash and brush through, and... Oh, what'd you say? You'd help me with them? Really? No one has offered to before. I guess I've never shared that much about them to anyone before either, though. You sure did come with questions today. I appreciate it, though. Learning about each other is important. It's also kind of refreshing getting to talk about this with someone. I can't speak to the remaining resistance warriors about it. That's just embarrassing. So, I guess if you have any other questions about the topic, I'd be happy to answer them. Do I mark my territory like a dog? Well, no! I've never thought about going that far, but I guess you could say I am territorial. A while ago, I did claim the underside of this tree as a place I go to de-stress. Ever since that day, members of my troops have been a little scared of invading my space here. I appreciate the sentiment, but I do like company. Anything else? Are you asking if I like being pet? At this point, you're just treating me like I am a dog. Seems like everyone wants to know the answer to that question. Yes. It's not my fault. It's just nature. It makes me feel safe, I guess. But don't tell anyone I told you that. Swear it. You promise? Good. If Yae Miko ever found out, I'd be in for it. One condition? Wait, what do you mean condition? Don't try to blackmail me with, You want permission to pet me? Oh, well, sure. You're one of the only people I trust with that, so just be careful if you do, and make sure you warn me. Huh? Of course I'd be aware of your presence. It's just, I might jump if you catch me off guard with that. It hasn't happened in a really long time. What's with that look? I don't trust the look in your eyes. It's the same one Lady Yae gives me before she does something bad. You want to pet my tail? I don't think anyone's done that before. I'm just not sure if it'd be nice or not. Only one way to find out? You're right. Well, alright, you can. I just need to step out of my comfort zone and... Wow, that is nice. It makes sense that it would. If I hug myself and it's comfortable, then... Hey, don't laugh! I do enjoy this. I'm glad you asked. This feels rather nice. Oh, now I'm really hoping you can keep a secret. I don't need anyone but you knowing about this, alright? If anyone else find out, they'd abuse it. I guess this makes you special, huh? Wait, what do you... Hey! Just because I hug it doesn't mean that you have to. I only do that when I'm going to sleep. Being awake makes it feel weird. Hold on. I didn't say stop doing it. It's nice, just... different. That's all. I'm gonna find a way to get back at you for this. Well, I know I like it. But that doesn't mean it's not embarrassing. I'm a resistance general, after all. I can't let something as simple as this undo me. But somehow, you found a way to completely disarm me. I just really need to work on my defense. I'm talking about work again. Sorry, habit. Next time we hang out, I promise I'll try not to talk about work at all. Next time, we focus on you. But it's getting late, and I'm sure you're sleepy. Me? Well, maybe. I can't help it. You're hugging me tight, and it's dark, and I'm warm, and... well, it just makes sense for me to be a little sleepy right now. Don't tell me you're not. Not yet? All right then. Would you mind keeping watch while I rest here? I promise if any danger arises, I will... oh, I'll protect you. Hey, wait. Don't let go. Just stay like that. I'll rest right here. Wake me up when it's your turn, and I'll keep you safe, okay? Good night.